Duffy, Cartoonist, as he shows you firsthand how he puts together some of these political cartoons that everybody's come to know and love. And boy, oh boy, do you have a vast array of characters to choose from.
Oh my gosh, you know, it's just there's just too many of them out there. I mean, 17 of them. It's going to be interesting this year. I don't know how many are going to be dropping out prior to the Iowa caucuses. There's a couple of them that are in money problems, have money trouble already.
Right. So you better draw them quick.
Yeah, I think I've got them down. I think I've got them out of the way.
Those guys are done though.
Yeah, I've got them out of the way, but we'll see. Actually, one of them though that I'm going to be doing next is kind of taking off in Iowa, and that's a surprise to a lot of people.
All right, this is
already
a very
covered.
popular guy.
I was gonna
Yes,
say,
it
I
is.
have to tell you, on Saturday when he spoke, he drew a huge crowd.
Now, who would that be?
Ben Carson.
Exactly.
All right. I want to thank Hamilton Law Firm for helping us out, bringing
Yay.
Duffy to the program as we show you how he creates these things. Now, what's the first thing that jumps out when you draw this guy?
There's not a lot. I mean, he's
Really?
not. You know, that's maybe that's why he initially started out as a surgeon. I don't know why he jumped into the presidential ring for the most part, but there's not a lot of characteristics that stand out with him.
He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah, he is, and
soft-spoken.
Very
I
soft-spoken.
haven't listened to him a ton, but anytime I have, it's very just calm.
Now, if you stopped right there, I thought you'd be drawing John McCain. Looking at his head.
No, we're giving a side view. So when I put the mustache in, you'll know it's not John McCain.
All right.
Soft-spoken, yes, but if you read his quotes, you wonder, seriously? He has called President Barack Obama a psychopath. He said that that our founding fathers were a lot like ISIS. Don't know where you got that from, but that's an interesting comparison.
Comment. Yeah.
And he said that Obamacare is the worst thing since slavery. Don't know how he got that comparison either. But it must be working.
So he
is a physician.
He probably sees it in
side.
practice.
Yeah.
So maybe that's
Well, since I don't really believe that he's practiced for a while. So I'm not sure exactly, unless he's talking to people about it. But I don't see it. So, but he has gone up to second place in Iowa in the polls.
Really?
Yeah, right behind our favorite Donald Trump. And if you look at it, I think Iowans, and if you're to look at polls around the country, they're all looking at people that are not politicians.
Yeah.
And I think that's where
That's an interesting take
he's
on
catching
it.
fire, is that people are sick and tired of politicians. Now, I don't know how far he'll be able to go, but right now he's doing pretty well. In fact, some of the politicians, such as Scott Walker, have dropped off the radar for the most part, gone down to, I think Scott Walker's gone down to 4th or 5th place. So with people like Trump and like Carson, but also politicians too, like Bernie Sanders, they're looking for some kind of a different message. And that's what they're really looking for. And they're not looking for people that are not politicians, because especially in Iowa, we've seen quite a few of them. And in fact, quite a few are still going to be running, even if we have a couple drop out.
That's really good.
It's amazing how it comes to life.
Yeah.
Just with a couple of strokes of your. Is that
Now, the
charcoal
thing
you're
that
using? What are you using there?
It's a graphite pencil.
Graphite.
Now, the thing that I don't understand about him is the comments that he makes usually comes from a reasonable person, and I would consider him a reasonable person for the most part. I don't know if somebody that's a brain surgeon would understand that your reason comes from, I believe it's the cerebrum. So, while he's looking at this brain here, he's got to be wondering, my goodness, is there something missing up front here? Part of the brain looking at him there. So.
Brain with eyes.
A brain with eyes, yes.
The brain can't be easy to draw.
Brains are not easy to draw, so I'm going to leave off part of the brain, the brain stem. It'll be underneath his hand there somewhere.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not the easiest thing to draw. But it's going to be interesting to see how far he goes, because he was down in Arizona and I believe he's had crowds of one crowd was I believe 12,000, another one was
12,000 people. That's bigger than a
6,000.
concert around here.
Exactly. So you're seeing a lot of interest in him. He went down there and also mentioned the fact that that possibly we could be using drones, armed drones, in a military way to protect our borders. That's kind of extreme, but I think if, in Iowa we don't have a good concept of what's going on down there, but
Right.
I still think that that's kind of an extreme way of looking at it.
That is well done.
And that's somebody that right now is doing pretty well in Iowa.
So he's up to
There you
second
go.
right now. There
He's
it
up to
is.
second right now. Yes.
Dr. Carson.
Dr. Ben
Dr.
Carson.
Carson.
There you go.
Wonderful. Well
With the
done,
brain.
Brian
Thank you.
Duffy. Good job, my friend. We will be right back. You are watching Great Day Live on KCWI. It is 9:39.